Hi, I'm Pastor Ron Glisenkamp, also known as the Pretzel Pastor, and I have a confession to make. I love the season of Lent. And that's why it gives me joy in issuing a Lenten invitation to you to immerse yourself in the prayer that Jesus taught the disciples. I have often described the season of Lent as spring training for Christians. It's a time to focus on the basics and exercise those spiritual muscles which need some attention. Now you might be saying to yourself, that sounds good, but where or how could I begin? Well, a marvelous place to begin is with that treasure that we call the Lord's Prayer. In just 66 words, we cover the deepest desires of our hearts, our minds, our souls. So I can sense you are nodding your head as you are listening to this, agreeing that it's time to get some exercise and that the Lord's Prayer might be such a spiritual resource to begin with during the season of Lent. But perhaps another question or two might be coming to the surface. First of all, how would I go about this? And secondly, who could I do this with? Well, thank you for asking those two questions. I just so happen to have answers for you, as well as a 6-week plan to work and pray your way through the 40 days of Lent. Each year, the Archbishop of Canterbury appoints someone to write a book for the upcoming Lenten season. This year's book is by the Reverend Dr. Stephen Cherry, and it is titled, Thy Will Be Done. As you might guess, it's about the Lord's Prayer. This book will be the guide for us as we make our way from ashes to lilies. Dr. Cherry has written this about the book. The intention of this book, then, is to facilitate an extended immersion in the prayer that Jesus taught us so that we might pray it more profoundly. To do this, we need to embrace the easiness of the prayer and also to overcome its over-familiarity. If we can manage both, we may come to appreciate anew the prayer's freshness. Now, the book is divided into 6 parts, all of which focus on one clause or petition of the prayer. And each part consists of 6 chapters. This means that the book can work both as an exploration of the Lord's Prayer that may be engaged with at any time, but particularly it functions very well as a Lent book that provides short daily readings, 6 days a week. So, I encourage you to get your hands on a copy of this book. There are 3 ways to do so. First of all, it is available right now on Kindle and many other e-book platforms. Secondly, it will be available on January 26th and after that date for you to order from Amazon. Now, don't look for it in your neighborhood library or local bookstore. It simply isn't there, and it's not going to be there. And thirdly, around the 2nd week of February, a limited amount of hard copies of this book will be available in the Augustana Church office. More details will be forthcoming about that. Now, there will be 2 opportunities each week to gather together by way of Zoom for a conversation, a study time with your friends, your family, your members at Augustana. One time will be on Sunday mornings during the Bible study hour, which is from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock. And that will begin on Sunday, Transfiguration Day, February 14th. I know that's also known as Valentine's Day. And the second opportunity will be on Wednesday evenings, every week from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. That begins on Ash Wednesday, which is February 17th. And it will be held on subsequent Wednesdays from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m., right before congregation gathers for Holden Evening Prayer. Now, the reason there are 2 opportunities each week is not that there's 2 parts, but rather if you miss one of the events, you can catch up on the other event. So 1 class per week offered 2 different times. Thank you for taking time to discern, to pray about this Lenten invitation, to immerse yourself in the prayer that Jesus taught his disciples. Peace.